French audience was with a dwarf who lived just south of the castle. This is their story. The dwarf slowly approached the prince, and said to him, "Good day, prince, but do not touch him, for the prince did not like to be touched, nor did he deep-throat his sword, for that was weird." The prince, growing bored with his petty little dwarf antics, walked away. And then the dwarf, having feet that were flat and stumpy, fell upon the ground and pushed the narrator's notebook all over the stage. Approaching the prince, as the prince ran away yet again, he said, "Dear prince, I would very much like some assistance. For my corn is too high, and I am too short. I cannot pick it, I cannot eat, and this makes me very sad."
This makes him very sad.
And the prince's heart wept for the poor dwarf who could not eat or feed his little tiny midget family. They were like little kittens, they were so small. And the prince said, "Oh dear dwarf, because I cannot make you taller, I shall chop off the legs of everyone in the entire kingdom except for you. Then no one will be able to reach their corn, and because of the reasons things are invented, they will have to find some way for you to be able to pick your corn so that they may pick their corn, because no one will be able to reach any corn." Because the prince was very wise. Very wise indeed. And so the dwarf, being ever thankful, ran up to the prince and hugged his giant prince kneecaps. When suddenly, in walked a giant. And as dwarfs are the key food of giants, proceeded to chase the small retarded dwarf across the ground so as to devour him. And the prince, believing in natural selection and the like, did nothing about it. The giant had several sort of smart ideas about catching the dwarf, and then he took the dwarf down and put him in a chokehold, fit to devour him. It was at that point the prince's... Oh, no, never mind. And then the dwarf was devoured. Never mind. Oh, wait, it's back in. We're good. And then the prince came over, and being filled with compassion for the little tiny retarded dwarf, stabbed the giant in the heart with his sword. And again! And again! And then he cut his throat. And the giant died ever so dramatically. Even more dramatically. And he seized. And he shook. And then he breathed his last breath. And it was at that point that people throughout the land realized that this was a prince they could love. A prince of princes. A prince for the people. A prince who loves Shenandoah oh so very much. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you. And then he killed the dwarf because he couldn't sing. And then he didn't have to chop off anyone's legs, and the story ends there. Goodbye, the end. And thank you.